So in today's class, what we are going to see is a current voltage relationship. Okay, current voltage relationship. Of PN junction. This is what we are going to see. A quick recap of what we have learned so far is basically from the semiconductor fundamentals. We went on to form a PN junction and discuss the aspects of the PN junction under zero bias corresponding to a open circuit and PN junction under forward bias leading to the lowering of the potential barrier, then supporting the diffusion current. Okay, so that is the stuff. Now what we have is actually supporting the current flow itself, okay, with the forward bias. Now with the reverse bias, the barrier potential across in the depletion region increases the potential barrier, therefore no diffusion is supported. All of the current in the reverse bias is due to the drift of the minority carriers. Okay, so and that is extremely very small, of the order of 10 power minus 9 to 10 power minus 12 until you reach the breakdown. Okay, that phenomena is different. We'll take it up at breakdown what happens in the subsequent class. For now, you understand that PN junction works under forward bias, and in the reverse bias the current is almost negligibly small. Okay, and when there is no bias at all, the PN junction establishes an instantaneous equilibrium whereby the charge on either side of the P type and N type, okay, in the regions at the depletion region, the charges have to be equal, and there are no mobile, it is devoid of any mobile charges. Okay, and a potential barrier is established, and where ID will be equivalent to IS, where ID stands for the diffusion current and IS stands for the drift current. When they are equal, equilibrium is truly established. Okay, with that basics, we are now jumping to the next topic, that is the current voltage relationship of PN junction, which is very important for the subsequent classes. Okay, this is the most important thing from a engineering point of view. Okay, of course everything is important, but this is more important for a purely electronics perspective, not from the device fabrication perspective. That's what I meant to say. Okay, now what is going to happen? Let us look into it. Okay, let us first go one step at a time. So I have a PN junction formed like this. And this is my P type, and this is my N type, N region. Okay, now what we have is the junction formed here, and for now we are assuming a condition that most of the thing is like we have discussed already, that either the acceptor or the donor impurity will be much greater than that of orders greater than that of the this thing. Either this condition will prevail, or this corresponding to what is called P plus N junction, or alternatively what we will have is Nd greater than Na, in which case the donor impurity concentration is much greater than that of the acceptor, leading to what is called N plus P, okay, junction. So depending on which we will have the depletion region which is formed in the vicinity of this junction. So let us call this as my X distance, and then so this is my PN junction. Okay, the whole thing is a PN junction, and this is the junction region, and we are considering in this case of the P plus N junction. This is what we are considering in this case. So definitely the depletion width will be much smaller. Yesterday we have seen through the problem that in the heavily doped the width will be much smaller compared to the lightly doped region. This is my minus xp. So the total width will be equivalent to these things we have already seen, xp plus xn. Okay. Now, what we have to understand is when it is forward bias, which means P is connected to the positive of the source, positive terminal of the source, and N is connected to the negative terminal of the source. So then we say the PN junction is under forward bias. Okay, so with this background, we already know that the potential barrier VBI will be lowered by the applied forward bias voltage. Once the voltage crosses the potential barrier, there won't be any more depletion region. The current will freely flow through the junction and there won't be any depletion. It will be zero, obviously. So moment VF becomes VBI, okay, then this is the thing that will happen. So or when VBI equal to VF, okay, so this is how it is lowering of the potential begins. So don't think that it is negative. What you need to understand is actually what is going to happen with the PN junction. PN junction will start to conduct moment I exceed the forward bias voltage greater than that of the built-in potential. So with these basics, we are moving. So consequence of the forward bias. Okay, consequence of the forward bias. As a consequence of forward bias, the holes from P region will be able to freely cross over the junction. This is also we have seen. So we are going to use these concepts in our effort to develop an analytical relationship for the current voltage. Okay. So as a consequence of forward bias application, holes from P region will be able to freely cross over the junction and recombine with the electrons, which is the majority carrier in N region, majority carrier in N region. So recombination means, again I repeat, this is my conduction band, this is my valence band, and the energy increases in this direction of the levels. Now when electron is promoted from valence band and it by some means I am going to get an electron over here, which is okay. So this is my electron which has been promoted. Then we say we have generated an electron hole pair. Okay. Now the process of this generation. So this is the process of generation. when we give impetus, enough impetus greater than that of exceeding that of the or close to the band gap value, then we will be able to and energy equal to the band gap, we will be able to promote an electron from the valence band to the conduction band, leading to generation of electron hole pair. So this is the process. Now the reverse process is actually when the electron hops back and it actually is recombining with the hole, okay, which means it comes back to its original state. What happens is the electron hole pair is now lost because we don't have that charge carrier anymore, either the holes or the electrons. So the process of recombination is reverse of process of generation of carriers. Process of recombination leads to the disappearance of charge carriers. Okay, so this is one thing. Now, but the forward bias will enable greater number of holes to reach the N side. Therefore, there will be some concentration gradient of the holes, even though it is recombining, crossing over this potential barrier and recombining, there will be greater number of holes. Okay, great, and hole concentration will increase considerably at the junction. And how much increase of this hole concentration? Remember, holes are the minority carrier in the N side. As a result of the crossover of the holes, okay, now let us focus our attention only. Okay, both the processes are happening. The holes from P side crossing over to the, okay, so let me, I think I may not have turned on the camera. So both the things are happening. Okay, remember that the holes from the P side cross over to the N, and the electrons from the N side cross over to the P. Both are happening. But let us concentrate our attention only for the holes crossing over from P to N, and we will develop some relationship. The same analogous relationship we can apply for the crossover of the electrons from N region to the P side. So that is what I want to tell you. Okay, so let us focus our attention only to the crossover of the P holes. Okay, so hole concentration will definitely increase with this. Okay, so how much hole concentration will increase? That is a question we need to answer. How much the concentration of holes? So these phenomena, okay, diffusion, recombination, and then hole generation, everything is happening, okay, simultaneously. So you have to understand that how much the concentration of holes increase. This is our pertinent question. Increase in N region as a result of forward bias voltage. This is a question that we need to address. Okay, so So it is akin to actually using a blackboard where we try to erase the board. Okay, it is very similar that I have to introduce new slides. Now, what do we know for now? Okay, to begin with, let us consider this picture. I am actually drawing a concentration profile. Because if I want to know the current, remember, I need to know concentration. Okay, and here we are talking about the diffusion being supported by forward bias. So I need to develop, if I want to find a diffusion current density, remember that I need the concentration profile. So that is the idea. So this concentration. Now, let us say these at x equal to 0. Okay, and this is the depletion extending up to x equal to, so this is my distance of the PN junction, this is my xn, so this is my depletion region, and I told you we are considering P plus, okay, P plus N junction, which means the depletion width will be smaller in the heavily doped region. Okay, so this is my stuff. Now, if I start something, so this is my, so the holes are diffusing into this region. This is my N side. This is my P side. Okay, so I have a concentration something like this to begin with. What is, so I am looking at minority carrier. I will tell you why do I have to look at minority carrier concentration profile. You will understand on your own as we go through this discussion. So this is my concentration, which is on the y-axis, and I have drawn like this. So this is my N side. What is the minority carrier here? The P. So the P are the holes. The holes are crossing as a result of forward bias, and it reaches the N side, recombining with the majority carrier electrons, and there is a excess. It already has some holes, and the starting concentration of the hole is actually here is P N naught. This is under equilibrium. P N naught is the concentration of P N naught is the concentration of holes under equilibrium. Already it is there. Okay, and we know that how to estimate this already. So if your Nd is the donor atoms concentration, donor atom concentration, then we know, and Ni is my intrinsic carrier, intrinsic concentration, intrinsic carrier concentration. We know what is Pn naught. Pn naught will be equal to Ni square by the N. Okay, N. What is this Nn? Nn is the majority carrier concentration on the N region. The subscript N region, N stands for N region. N here stands for the electron concentration, which is the majority carrier, which is, and we know that Nn is nearly equal to Nd for all practical purposes. Okay, so because every donor atom contributes to 1 electron, so we have the fifth group element coming into play, so we get this Pn naught equal to Na square by Nn. Okay, So similarly, likewise, I have the minority carrier concentration on the P side. We will have N P naught, because N is the electron which is the minority carrier in the P side, and P subscript stands for the P region and O stands for the equilibrium concentration, and in P side we have NP not equal to similar picture Ni square by Pp, where Pp is the majority carrier concentration holes on the P side. Pp is close to or nearly equal to the acceptor concentration. Okay, so this is how it is. Now this is the depletion region. The diffusion of holes from here to here crossover, and now what I want you to understand here is when diffusion of holes from P region, please listen carefully, when diffusion of holes from P region cross over to the N region, okay, they recombine. At the same time, the concentration of the holes increase. How much increase this concentration is what we want to find. So what I want to tell you is, from device course, we understand that the steady state time independent concentration, okay, time independent concentration, steady state concentration. Okay, so what is your question? Question is how much increase of the holes on the N side is happening as a result of forward bias. So keep that question in mind. With that we are answering. So from device physics or device course, okay, solid state device course, we can show the steady state concentration of holes in the edge of depletion region. Edge of depletion region. Meaning, what is this edge of depletion region in N side? Depletion region in N side, N material, meaning X equal to at X equal to Xn. So what will be the steady state? Steady state means a state where the concentration is remaining constant independent of time. So Pn of X equal to Xn. Okay, X equal to Xn means the edge will be equivalent to Pn naught exponential of. It is not a big deal to understand this V by Vt. See, you have to understand V by Vt. Pn naught is my, what is Pn naught? Pn naught is the concentration of holes under equilibrium. That is the starting concentration even before the application of forward bias. Now the Pn naught, because of the injection of holes as a result of forward bias, the concentration of holes is found to increase at the edge of the depletion region. At this point, I am talking about this point. Okay, at this point. At this point, what is the concentration at this region, at the edge? Okay, the concentration of holes establishes a steady state. Okay, as soon as forward bias is established, applied, and that steady state concentration is dependent, definitely will be on the, and is found, the exponential relationship is found from device physics experimentally, that it is actually a competition between the forward bias voltage, where V stands for forward bias voltage. So greater the forward bias voltage, greater will be the concentration. Okay, so at x equal to xn. So, but why exponential relationship is coming from the device physics course. Okay, so that you have to go through the lot of derivation and come to that. It's an experimentally identified relationship, forward bias voltage V. Now the competition is within the thermal process, therefore it is V by Vt. So we will have Pn equal to x equal at x equal to xn will be Pn naught exponential of V by Vt. Now because of this, what you need to understand here is you look at this figure. This is my starting, right? And this is an exponential. We have seen this case here. Now, before I go further, let me explain little more and then come to that picture. What is happening is how much excess? Okay, this is now at x equal to xn, fine. But how much excess? How much excess will be seen from? You can clearly see that from this figure. Let us say these were the value I found out here. Now this is already there. So that this value minus the equilibrium value will be the excess. So this part will be the excess holes as a result of forward bias. And this is my equilibrium value. Okay, so let me take a different color. So these actually my equilibrium value. Okay, so right over here. This is my equilibrium value. So this you try to understand. So equilibrium value is already there. Okay, because of the doping. But as a result of the injection of the holes into the end region, the hole concentration has increased. Let us say we are here at this point at x equal to econ, then this height, the difference of the total minus the equilibrium will be the excess. Okay, so with that in mind, I am writing this equation, the excess concentration as P equal to Pn. Okay, Pn naught is already there. So this is my at x equal to this is there. So I have to subtract with Pn naught. So I will get effectively excess concentration will be equivalent to Pn naught. I will write this equation, which is the total minus the equilibrium value. So first let me write the total value, which is V by Vt minus Pn naught. So this, let us say this equation I call it as 1, this equation I call it as 2. Okay, so this is the excess concentration. Okay, so now as the holes diffuse deeper into the inside, please listen, as the holes diffuse deeper into the inside, some of them recombine with the electrons, majority carrier, which is the electrons on the inside. So when they recombine, they disappear. We already explained that. Okay, so which means the result is that the excess carrier concentration will decrease on the inside, okay, exponentially with the distance. Okay, there is an exponential relationship already. Okay, now what I want you to tell is very clearly, please listen carefully, as the holes diffuse deeper into the N region, as they keep diffusing N region, which means away from x equal to x1 under forward bias. We already know that recombination takes place. Recombination of carriers take place, resulting in disappearance of charge carriers. So this is the thing. Once the disappearance, then how is the steady state current going through the PN junction? We have to understand that. That is the next question. If this is happening, okay, and the disappearance leads to decrease in the whole concentration. Therefore, decreases exponentially. Now, okay, it is not, because you have to understand. Okay, so forward bias is acting. Remember that. Okay, so the holes are getting into that and they are recombining with the electrons, but depending on the forward bias voltage, the recombination rate will be adjusted. Okay, so but you have to also understand, then the question comes, how is the steady state current flowing through a PN junction under forward bias? This is a very important question. If this is the case, when charge carriers are disappearing from the scene, how is the steady state? So that question should haunt you. Okay, so with that in mind, we'll try to answer. So this disappearance is seen in this picture. Now, please look at this picture carefully here. Okay, this is the minority carrier concentration profile. I already discussed this, some of the aspects. So you can see this is my X, this is my concentration profile, and my starting value is Pn naught in the and Pn naught and NP naught. NP naught is the electron minority in the P side. Pn naught is the minority holes on the N side. This is my starting. At x equal to x1, this was the concentration, but as the recombination is happening, the concentration decreases exponentially. So there is an exponential decay. That's what is written. Okay, now on this side, I told you analogously or likewise, we can also see that we can see the same analogous picture on the P side. So here also we have the exponential decay of so here exponential decay of holes on N side and exponential decay of electrons on P side. Because the majority carrier on P side is holes, the electrons under the influence of forward bias, when they cross over the barrier and come to the P region, they see the holes and they recombine with the holes and the carriers are lost, therefore the exponential decrease. Exponential decay of electrons on P side. Okay, so this is happening. Okay, so there is a decrease. Please listen carefully. There is a decrease. Okay, but we also know that under forward bias, a steady state is established. How is that possible? So whatever decrease is happening, let me, open the secret. Okay, let me make the secret explicit now. So whatever the decay of the minority carrier is happening, what you have to understand is the majority carrier electrons in N region and the majority carrier holes in P region, they are getting recombined with the counter charges respectively. Therefore, they are getting decreased. Okay. Now, whatever the electrons, whatever is decreasing as a result of recombination will be replenished by the application of forward bias, because you have a source. The source, please understand this carefully. Okay, let me again command the camera. So you have to understand this carefully. On one hand, so this is my P, this is my N, this is my junction. Please see me on the screen. Okay, so if the holes are crossing over here and recombining with the electrons. So the concentration of the recombination leads to disappearance of the charges on the N side. Same thing can happen over here. The electrons are also diffusing. There is a electrons recombining with the holes. There is also an exponential decrease of the holes on the decrease of the holes. Okay, so on the this one. So you got to understand that there is a concentration that is getting decreased. Now, this concentration decrease is actually have to be supported by some external means in such a manner that there is a steady state being established. So that establishment is through the replenishment of the charges. Okay, on the N side, what is happening is the whatever decrease is happening, an equal amount of electrons will be pumped from the forward bias into the N region, therefore supporting the current to be reaching a steady state value. That is the crux of the matter. Okay, so you have to understand that the charge carriers are getting recombined, fine. Okay, so there is a decay, fine, but the decay has to be supported by it is like on one side it is decreasing, on the other side the increase of the electrons on the N side is happening due to the pumping by the forward bias. Okay, so you have to understand that the pumping of electrons from the forward bias will support the replenishment of charge carriers in the N side. Therefore, somehow a steady state is getting established. This is how the steady state is getting established. That's all you need to understand. If you understand that, the mathematical relationship are very easy. Okay, so let us get into that mathematical relationship. So here it is an exponential decay of the electrons on P side, but what will happen is a steady state. So if you have this as PN junction and think about this, so this is my stuff, and here it is my, I am trying to draw to the scale, and this is my depression. Now forward bias, this is my P side, so P is connected to the positive and N is connected to the negative. So whatever decrease is happening as a result of the charge carriers, that is the electrons being pumped from the source over here, and we know that the whole current is from left to right, the electron current is from the right to left. Therefore, the decrease in the hole deeper into the n side will be supported by an equal amount of increase of the electron current, diffusion current from the from right to left. So the current, conventional current, is always from left to right. So keep that aspect in mind. So let us write down the mathematical equations. Okay, that is the idea, so that we can get a relationship. So please follow this. So the total concentration. Okay, so what have I written earlier? So you can see hole concentration therefore decreases exponentially. Okay, so this we have seen clearly. Now carrying forward, so the total concentration in the n material, okay, n side, which means is Pn of x. Now remember this, you have already a starting Pn naught value. Now here is the deal. Now what you need to understand is very clearly. Okay, look at this picture. There is an exponential decrease. Okay, and so what are the parameters that can come into the picture? Definitely e power minus x. Okay, e power minus x, and then that has to supplement with the xp. So greater the distance from larger if you go further deeper into the n side, the decrease exponential decrease is rapid, right? So it gradually decreases exponentially, and then there is a okay, it decreases exponentially and then reaches the steady state the value, which is the Pn naught. Now what you need to understand is here, okay, that this there is an excess concentration here, we already saw. So that product, that will be a factor, so we need to start with that. So exponential decrease is actually a parameter x minus xp. I will tell you what is this. X minus xn by, we are talking about the holes, therefore the diffusion length of holes come into play. Okay, so this is the exponential term that reflects the decrease. Okay, but from where it is decreasing, from where it is decreasing, it is decreasing from excess carrier concentration of holes, excess hole concentration. So we are only looking at the n region. Okay, so I am only writing the expressions for n region, and please try to understand that. So excess hole concentration, you got to, what is the excess hole concentration? We already saw that expression over here. Excess hole concentration is, we got equilibrium value. We already know at x equal to what is the value. So the excess hole concentration is at x equal to xn will be Pn naught exponential of v by t minus Pn naught. I explained this. So I will substitute that one here. So this term is the exponential decrease that is happening as a result of recombination. So Pn naught plus, let us write this expression. So Pn naught, okay, exponential of v by vt minus 1 into e power minus, okay, just a second. I want to make it very clear so that when you learn, you should not be confused with this. That's why I'm rewriting this little bit. So my color might change, I'm not sure. So this x minus xn by LP. Please give a pause and think about this. Okay, so this is my equation. Now look at here. when x equal to xn, what will be this term? This term will be exponential of 0 will be minus 0 or 0, it will be 1. So you will have at x equal to xn, you will have only this term and this term, because this exponential term will be, so only from, look at this picture now. So from this point, it starts to decrease. So from here, it will be this thermal concentration plus excess concentration. Are we getting that term? You can put x equal to xn, you will get that term. Okay, so please check that. Okay, you will get that term. I have already seen that, because the P and naught will get cancelled, so leading to only this term. So you will see that you will come back to this term when you put at x equal to xn. Equation 1 you will get back when you put x equal to xn. Okay, so now that is one point. Now what about what is LP? LP is the diffusion length. The term LP here is the diffusion length. What does that tell you? If diffusion length is very large, if diffusion greater the if LP is larger, then this term will be much smaller. So the decay will be smaller. Okay, when for smaller LP, rapid decay of the total concentration of holes. Okay, so total concentration of holes and smaller LP only. Larger for larger LP, which means diffusion length is larger. So it is able to travel deeper into the end region, then the decay will be slower decay of concentration. Okay, so this is a fact. So this is one thing. Okay, now okay, so remember that a PN junction device has to be fabricated in a manner to have a carrier concentration profile in N and P region so as to support a steady state diffusion current. Steady state means a current that is independent, it is constant and independent of time. So I already told you, if holes are actually decreasing exponentially, it will not support if that is the only thing that is happening. But remember, our PN junction is under forward bias. So which means actually you have to see that the whole diffusion current decreases exponentially. Then how is the steady state maintained in the current flow? So remember, decreasing hole current density is attributed to recombining of holes with the electrons, which are majority carriers on the N side. Likewise, we can say as far as the electron current density on the P side, decreasing electron current density in the P side is attributed to the recombination of electrons with the holes, which are the majority carriers on P side. So resulting in disappearance of, on either side, disappearance of charge carriers happen as a result of diffusion and recombination. But then how is the steady state maintained? If that, to answer that question, the forward bias comes to rescue. As I told you, the forward bias, what it does is the external power supply supplies the same amount of electrons into the end region. It pumps the same amount of electrons into the end region. Therefore, we actually been able to support. Now, let me write the whole diffusion current density expression. What is the whole diffusion current density expression? Whole diffusion current at JP at x, JP of x is given by minus q. This we know already. dp by dx. So we already have an expression for p of x. Okay. Why subscript n? The subscript n stands for it is the concentration of holes in the in the n region. So the subscript n stands for n region. So JP, I should write actually JP of x. This is the whole diffusion current density. And if I were to operate this dp by dx in this equation number 3, okay, what I will get? You will have to understand. I request you to do this carefully. When you do this, you will get actually the term. You will get this equation. I get the substituting for the derivative. I will write the equation. You can check it for yourself. Substituting for dp by dx using computed using equation 3, we will get JP of x equal to I will write the expression directly. There is a dp by dx here. There is a negative sign here. Now look at here. There is an exponential decay here. So, but there is a negative term. Therefore, so the negative term only says it is exponentially decaying. So when I take derivative, the e power minus x will become e power minus of there is a minus that will come out here, and that minus of minus here it will become plus. So therefore, I will get the whole diffusion current density. I will get as plus q dp, and there is a term in the exponential which is by LP. So this will become 1 by LP. Okay, and rest of the terms you will see, everything will vanish except that, and this is already gone because this Pn naught is constant, dependent on only the carrier concentration. It is not a function of x. So Pn naught will vanish. So this term will be there. This term will be there. So I will have to rephrase only that term. So you will get actually Pn naught exponential of V by Vt minus 1 exponential of minus xn by LP. So remember, it is xn minus xn. What it means is far away you go from the edge of the depletion region on the inside, you will see the exponential decay of the holes. So that is what it symbolizes, this exponential term. Okay, so you can see at x equal to xn, substitute here at x equal to xn, e power minus 0, it will become stuff. So you will get the current will be diffusion current, hole current density will be highest at x equal to xn, and JP of xn, I will stop here and we will continue in the next class. JP of xn will be highest, it will be q dp by ln Pn naught exponential of. So I have substituted x equal to xn. So this term will be gone. Only this term will remain. So only this term will remain. This term will be gone because e power minus 0 is 1 again. So I will get exponential of V by Vt. Okay, there must be one more bracket here, minus 1. Okay, so that is the maximum whole diffusion current density here. Okay, so with that, I already told you that you already seen that the forward bias comes to rescue to support the recombination. Recombination, we are losing the carrier, but therefore it is maximum. But whatever we are losing, whatever amount we are losing, that amount is equally supported by a corresponding increase in the electrons as a result of forward bias. Okay, so we'll see this expression further in the next class. We'll continue this. Just a minute.